Hi friends, this is our fourth program in GFG series. This is preparation and printing of complete biodata. In the second program, we wrote a program for performing simple biodata only with the three elements. Actually, that is a starter. So, as I told you, the strategy is like that. Initially, you take up a simple task, thereafter you expand it. That is the real strategy. Then you never fail at any stage. That what I am expecting. Because if you continuously encounter failures, you cannot sustain your interest towards programming. That's why I have chosen this strategy. And here we are printing complete biodata. In this, 6 elements we are giving. Whatever general information regarding a student or person, we are giving everything, and it should be presented in a format. As I told you already, don't directly go for writing program. First, which output? Of course, I have given output here, but in many cases, they may not give this. They ask you write a program for printing a biodata of a student with the necessary details. They may give like this. Then what you have to do? You should not write the program at first. First, what output you are expecting out of the program, that you have to write on a paper. Write on a paper with the format. That point always I stress. Without formation and all that is a simple student's program, but it is not a professional program. That's why I am expecting professionalism from you at every step. That's why you write professionally in this manner. If you find any better format, you do that. I don't discourage. I never say this is the ultimate one. Okay. If you get any better one at any stage, to do that. And if you share with me, I will be enlightened with your knowledge. Okay. Now, first analyze that with reference to this output. Here, how many instance variables are there? How many variables are required? That you find. One is name, second one is age, third one is qualification, fourth one is height, fifth one is weight, sixth one is address. And one more thing, names are bigger also. Java conventions insist you to write complete names. Suppose qualification is there, it is a big word. Even though you must write that, there is no choice. If you want to evolve as a good programmer, professional programmer, you should strictly follow Java conventions. I always tell, for lazy people, Java will not do. Okay, that point I always say, if you are really enthusiastic to learn and master a world famous language, then you should not be lazy. Understand? You write complete names always. Okay, parameters and all that you can use short names. Nothing wrong in that. Okay, and here one more thing, units. Don't forget units. Suppose age, years, and height, weight in height, feet, weight in kgs. And one more thing I have to tell you. Address, actually only one string I have taken. With this also you can manage. Normally, if you see any real life addresses, there are 3-4 lines. A lot of information is required. So here I have chosen only one variable. One variable, this also can be managed, but best way is address line 1, address line 2, address line 3. Suppose if you want to accommodate address in 3 lines, 3 string variables you define. That is a good practice. First you do this. Thereafter, if you are interested, you do that. Only a few more variables will be there, but even though you can present it properly with less confusion. Okay, that point you have to understand. And one more point we consider, as far as name is concerned, obviously it is a string. Age is concerned, you define it as an integer only. Integer. In some cases, you have to give a fractional one also because of some requirement. Then you do that. It rarely occurs, but normally age means you completed age of years, and you make it integer. As far as qualification is concerned, single qualification or multiple qualifications, one string is enough. If you want to define every qualification into a separate string, qualification 1, qualification 2, qualification 3, like that you can even, that is the next stage. You can try. Next, height definitely should be defined as a float. Weight, it should be defined as a float, because as I told you many times already, exactly your height is 5 feet today, and after few months it may be zero point 0.1. Few months back it is less than 1 point less. So that's why it's the right candidate for float. Don't declare it as integer. Weight also the same. So always float is the right type. Right type we have to choose. Okay. As far address is concerned, string. String is enough. And by inserting new line sequences, you can break it into lines. But the best way is address line 1, address line 2, address line 3, like that later stage after completion of this program, you can do that. Okay, this is the mental preparation. And in this, one more thing, here we are not using set data method. Instead of that, constructor we are using. Simple change. Only instead of void and set data, what you are putting? Biodata. That's it. Remaining entire code is 100% same. That point you have to understand. Thereafter, demo biodata already you have seen. Here more number of this thing items are there. And thereafter, after blueprint class is over, you have to define implementation class, and there you have to instantiate objects. This is the mental work. Once mental work is over, you start writing your code. Now we see, I think I need not explain much, but only thing is what is the difference in this, that to keenly observe that. Every time while you are progressing, for every, already I told you, after completion of every program, you write a notes. What are the new points in that, where your focus is required, that you write down. Thereafter, when you come to this program, what are the new elements in that? You focus on them. At the end of that, after completion of the program, you write the notes. That is always at the end of the series, you may get 20-30 points. And once you have a glance, that matter of 10 minutes, then you can recall every element. Okay, one thing you remember, until you get good experience, you may forget things. Because after all, we are humans. That's why we may forget things. Once you write a notes, you never forget. That is the added advantage. Where you find a twist, where you find a intricacy, where you find a need to focus, all those places you write a point in your own words. That is always good. Now come to the program. Here you see already class. Now name, obviously by data you give in a Pascal case is a noun, and thereafter now we see actually one type, same type of things are there. In one line, you need not define them in multiple lines. Here, name is a string, qualification is a string, and address is a string. That's why under string data type, you can define the three. Thereafter, age integer. Thereafter, as far as float is concerned, height and weight are there. So in this manner, all 6 instance variables we have defined. Thereafter, first time you are using constructor, here only one change. Already in 3 programs, you used 2 programs. You used set data method, and there what you are writing, void set data you are writing. Remaining all things already learned. Now, when you are using constructor, simple thing, instead of void set data, if you write biodata, same thing, same case, same spelling, if you use, that is enough. Thereafter, as far as parameters are concerned, same order you should follow. As I told you already, 3 strings are there. Here, for 3 strings, 1 line we have defined. Now, 3 strings, uh, 3 strings separately you have defined for parameter. That point you have to understand. So, string nm, string qualification, so short name QL, but just don't define QLFN. That is good. And int age, float height HGT, float weight WGT, string address. Actually, I followed the same order in which it is presented and all that. Thereafter, I initialized everything. In this manner, only you have to find out this difference. That is enough.